Damn. Damn. After long days of work, I just opened this goddamn app and damn. Damn. Damn.
What's up, people, and welcome on another episode today. If you are joining for the very first time, thank you so much for tuning in on this video. I have a very interesting video with me today, and I really want you guys to actually watch this video because it's very interesting. The first two lines on this video that this lady said in her video is the best hook ever because this has got people talking. She made a video stating American things that do not exist in Russia. And when she mentioned that, I feel like a normal person would have thought that she was going to mention something like a supermarket, a drink, a food Americans eat that is not in Russia. What she mentioned has got people stitching to her video. I'm going to have the entire clip of her video. Is not so long. It's about a minute plus. She actually stated facts in that video, but the hook to her video is very interesting and very funny and has got a lot of people talking. I have put together all of this clip, so without wasting much time, let's just get right into it.
American things that do not exist in Russia. Part 5. Black people. Well, they do, but it is mostly in the big cities, it is rarity, it is mostly Afro-Russians, and it's only 0.03% of our population. I've never seen a black person growing up in Russia. The first time I did is when I went to UK and I was 17 years old. And historical reason for that in 1842 our Emperor Nicholas I banned human of Africans and stated that slaves who will arrive in Russia would be set free and people who broke the law would be put on trial and punished. So black people in Russia is more something of wonder, curiosity, something, exotic from overseas. Going back to Afro-Russians, those are people of African descent who migrated and settled in Russia, and it's usually multi-generational. We usually get many students from Africa who come to a big cities, usually Moscow or St. Petersburg, to study medicine. Many of them settle in Russia, many of them marry Russian women or men, have kids, and that's how we have black Russians. But I'm telling you, the majority of Russians, especially in the smaller towns, have never ever seen a black person in their life. So if you're black, please don't be scared to come to Russia. Nobody going to beat you up, nothing negative going to happen. People will be just curious. They will try to talk to you, maybe take pictures with you, but that's okay. You will be very exotic person over there. Now I am curious. Tell me, what have you heard about Russia and going to Russia as a black person? American things that do not exist in Russia. Part 5. Black people.
Damn. Damn. After long days of work, I just opened this goddamn app and damn. Damn. Damn.
American things that do not exist in Russia. Part 5. Black people.
Well, excuse the fuck out of me. That's crazy. It's the way she looked at the camera with her full chest and said that shit. That was that was out of pocket. That was so unnecessary. Jesus Christ. Thinking she gonna say Taco Bell or like plastic bags or some shit. She said black people. I'm done, bro. I'm done.
American things that do not exist in Russia. Part 5. Black people.
So this is why TikTok cannot go away. I never knew that black people did not exist and was only 0.03 of Russia's population because their emperor said if you brought slaves here, you were going to jail and your slaves were being set free. So they avoided Russia basically because they wanted to keep their slaves. Never knew that. Never knew that. This is why Russia will be one of the places when I make it in life, when I graduate school and me and my son start traveling. Russia is now on our bucket list. Now on our bucket list. That's crazy. I love this app. This app can never go away. I learn so much new things on here every day.
American things that do not exist in Russia. Part 5. Black people.
when my mom was in the military, she had this battle buddy, right? And the battle buddy came back to tell us stories years and years later. I remember he was in town and him and my mom linked up. You know, like it's been years. This was like 20 years later because my mom has been in the military since she was 18. And we were just going over the differences of the world. You know, we were a very educated family. I could say, you know, whatever was going on, we were educated. And that's why I wanted to explore the rest of the world. And my mom's like friend, he told us about like not racism but just differences, you know. And one example was when he and some of his friends would go to German and like little Russian villages, and not just Russia but Germany, the kids, she was right, in most small villages are just villages unless you were in a big city. The view, like just see the sight of a black man was just not there. It was unseen. You never saw it before. And these kids were very polite. They were sweet. They were very curious. They would go up to my mom's friend and his friends, and they would rub his skin to see if it would come off, because they thought it was like some type of, you know, like spray, or not, I don't want to say dirt, but you know, they thought it was a covering. They thought it would rub off because they've never seen anything dark, like more than like a little, you know, like I guess like Middle Eastern or darker than that. You know, it was just unheard of. But the kids, he said, I think that the kids were nice. The kids were very nice. You know, the people were nice. It was just they were curious. They were very fascinated by this. Now, my mom didn't really go through any of this because my mom is pale as all shit, you know. But yeah, it was her battle buddies were black men. And he would have these stories about that. And he said the kids and the people were very nice. He didn't experience anything rude from what I heard, you know. But yeah, that what she's saying is true. So yeah, the more you know.
American things that do not exist in Russia. Part 5. Black people.
So something which this creator fails to mention is that today, Russia's greatest poet, or at least their greatest poet in their history, the equivalent of their Shakespeare, was a man named Alexander Pushkin, who oddly died in a duel. He was fighting for his honor and chose to fight it out like Alexander Hamilton. And, you know, it didn't favor him. But his grandfather was a man named Ganibal, which is his nickname. I don't think I know what his real name was or is. And this man was one of the greatest generals in Russian history, right? I think he fought under, was it Peter the Great? Who was, I think, Nicholas's father. And this dude was just a mensch. Now, he was originally from the country today called Cameroon. That's the region he was from. At the time, it wasn't known as Cameroon. Of course, it was a region. It was a Tikar region in Central Africa. And yeah, he became a very powerful general. They even tried to take him down a couple of times because he created a lot of, you know, envy among the native Russian army folk who tried to, you know, do a mutiny against him. They succeeded a couple of times, and then even when they succeeded and kept him out, they fell upon themselves, and then they had to go get him back to come take over the regiment again, and then eventually they still kicked him out because he was just too good, I guess. And he ended up spending his last days in, I think today they call that region Sevastopol. And even when they sent him there, they sent him hoping he was gonna crash out, and he ended up like revitalizing the region and became like the OG over there, and then all the natives of the regions began to kind of warm up to him, and he kind of created a whole community there because he was just that cool. So speaking of Black history in Russia, as little as it is, the influence that they've had has really influenced their culture. And so that same military general who they called Ganibal was a grandson or great grandson? I think it was his grandson, who is now known as Russia's greatest poet, and Alexander Pushkin. So go figure. while Russia has had small black influence, the little it has had has been pretty gargantuan.
American things that do not exist in Russia. Part 5. Black people.
Now hold up. Don't get angry. Go back, watch the whole video. The lady is right. Black people, by and large, don't exist in Russia. You know why that is? It's not because of racism. It's not because we don't want the black people here. No. It's because Russia never had slavery. From its inception, Nicholas I, it was illegal for to own slaves in Russia. And if you were an African slave and you were brought to Russia, you were immediately let go. And if the person tried to keep you, they were put on trial and... See, Russia don't have that ethnic superiority. Well, they have a superiority thing. It's because they're Russian. We are Russian. We fight better. You are weak American. But it's not on the white people shit. Russia's not strong because we are white. Russia is strong because we are Russian. Look at America, white man. Weak and fat, lazy, ugly white man. See, that's not the same kind of racism. Russia on some like we Russian shit, don't fuck with us. We drink vodka and fight bears. And personally, as a black man, I feel that shit. And like I asked, have y'all ever met a Russian? Like I've met a couple of Russians. I used to work at the airport. My mom was a flight attendant my whole life. I've met plenty of Russians, like authentic Russians. And the lady's right. They treat you like you're a fucking celebrity. Oh my God, a black guy, can I take a picture with you? I'm not famous. You're not famous, but you're black. Oh shit, okay, cool, let's do this. Want me to throw some gangster signs or some shit? I could do that. But you know, I love Russians. And it's funny because in America, we have been indoctrinated to believe Russia is the bad guy. Capitalism save you. That's bullshit. Which brings me to my next point. If the US goes to war with anybody from over there, they're on their motherfucking own. I ain't doing it. And that's, you know, one of the Russian stereotypes. What is a black person? Have we heard about Russia? We heard they don't like black people. We heard they're racist. Not me. I got an actual education. I'm a Garveyite. I know about the real world outside of fucking Western indoctrination, and it's been a bitch living in the West the entire time. But anyways, yeah, but we've heard Russians are racist. They'll beat up black people if you go to Russia. Not true. Yeah, that's basically. And then the whole, you know, Ivan Drago shit, Rocky Balboa shit. That's about it. They don't teach us about other countries. They want American people to stay stupid and think that America is the motherfucking shining beacon on the hill when it's really a fucking lighthouse with a fucking Duracell flashlight. But anyways, yeah, go watch that video. It's pretty interesting. Peace, love, and happiness. Russia, I love you. From Russia, with love. Deuces.
American things that do not exist in Russia. Part 5. Black people.
I know you had good intentions, but if you want more black people to come to your country, don't sound like a super villain inviting us to there. Because one thing black people know how to do, ever since we got on that boat, is smell a setup. Maybe not drink coffee menacingly with eyes so big you can see into our very soul. You want black people to come to your country, make black people comfortable to come to your country. Good day.
If you literally come across this woman video and you just stick around for the first two lines that she said, you would have easily just bashing her in the comment section. And I think that is one of the best hook that I have come across on TikTok. That is how to do TikTok actually, when these people are teaching and talking about your first few seconds, you have to be able to draw people in. This lady took it very seriously, because if you didn't stay to watch till the end, you would not hear the fact that she talked about, because I went back to Google to go search and it was actually correct. Like, the percentage of black people in Russia is 0.03, and how they literally outlawed human trafficking in Russia, which seems pretty cool, because if not for a video, I might probably have not known that as at now. from our video, because our video is in parts. Like if you listen when she started, she said things that American people have that we don't have in Russia, part 5. So it's in series. That is literally a part 5. I saw a lot of people in the comment section that saying that since she started that series, now they want to visit Russia. They want to come to Russia because of the series that she started, because they believe that the media has painted it to them in a very weird and wrong way, and they do not want to go. But since she started, they want to visit Russia so bad. She gave good insights on that video. It was just an intro for me. Intro was actually funny. She literally just zoomed in and said Black people. That got people on chokehold, and they started stitching to our video. There are so many people as well sharing their stories and the stories of people they are close with who have been to Russia and their experience in the comment section. This video went viral. This video is currently sitting on around 12 million views and over 300,000 likes with 12,000 comments. So there's a lot of engagement. People are literally stitching and engaging with our content, because aside from the intro, she shared some good facts. Some of the comments on our video, this person said, when my son and I went to Russia a few years ago, we were always stared at in the street. My braids also added to the fascination. Was scared at first, but they were friendly people. Almost the same experience in some places in China as well. They will stare because they are just fascinated and they are just curious as to if your color is real, if it is actually like your real color and you're not painted. Another person said, I went in 2013 and was constantly stopped and stared at. It was definitely unsettling at first, but our guide explained it was because most had never seen someone like me before. They were astonished. This person said, I am actually learning Russian and I've always wanted to go, but my friends have always told me I wouldn't feel welcome and the people will be really rude to me, especially in restaurant. Another person said, I did not know where you were going with this, but I appreciate this information. USA has always pumped out a lot of propaganda against Russia, so I have always been afraid to visit. But now I will reconsider. There are so many comments like this, like how they are going to go to Russia now because of a video. Like, thank you so much for bringing another part of Russia that the media does not really tell us about. So it's great that she's sharing her video. It was great that she's talking about her country. The person said, so unfortunately, as South Africans, our close ties are based on the historical relations with Russia and their commitment fighting with us side by side for our liberation. Another person said, I don't know, but I am not convinced. This deal looks too good. It feels like the Little Red Riding Hood with the wolf. I am from Kenya with love. So this person is literally saying what she was saying in that video is not real. Like, we already know how Black people are not welcome in most places that is not dominated by them, by Black people. We already know what Black people always go through when they go to places that are not predominantly Black people. So I get where this person is coming from, and being an African as well, I get totally where this person is coming from. I would like to hear what you guys think about our video. I would like to hear what you think about our intro, and what do you think about what these people have to say. I as well agree with the woman who said that this app should not go, which is TikTok, because we have been able to learn something. Maybe this was an information that I will have gotten to know maybe few months after, but because of this lady sharing it on TikTok, I was able to get this information very fast. Let me know what you guys think about our video in general. Let's continue this conversation in the comment section. And if you have not subscribed, please permit me to beg you to please smash the subscribe button and turn your bell notification on as well. And I will see you guys in the next one.